I can't believe this is real life sometimes. I cannot believe I'm seeing these things. What do they say when someone tells you who they are or when someone shows you who they are? Believe them. So this video clip, I'm going to show you about a 30-second video clip of Congresswoman Cori Bush and what she said today. This has just been going crazy on Twitter. Without further ado, just listen to everything that she's saying here.
That off. I'm going to make sure I have security because I know I have had attempts on my life and I have too much work to do. There are too many people that need help right now for me to allow that. So if I end up spending $200,000, if I spend 10 more dollars on it, you know what? I get to be here to do the work. So suck it up, and defunding the police has to happen. We need to defund the police and put that money into social safety net.
Yes, you did hear that correctly. That is what she said. I deserve to have protection and security. I deserve to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for it. But your security and protection should be decreased. We need to defund them. Okay. Has she ever been in, I don't know her history. I don't know where she's from. Has she ever been in a low-income area? Has she ever been... To think that you're the only one that gets threats because you're a politician and you're a very public politician. What about the grandmother or the child or the young man living in a high crime, low income area? What about the young girl who gets attacked just walking down the street? You are not the only one that needs protection. I am not opposed to Cori Bush paying money to have private security. She's a public figure. She's a polarizing politician. I am totally for that. I think that everyone deserves to be safe. But that is where Cori Bush and I differ. I think everyone deserves to be safe. Not just her. Every single city that did defund their police, Minneapolis, Portland, New York City, Los Angeles, just to name a few, saw a huge increase in crime, and now they are refunding their police because of that. And as we know that when you defund the police, it hurts high crime, low income areas, which are mostly minority communities at this point in time. In Los Angeles alone, 90% of homicide victims are Black and Hispanic men. So when we're talking about racial inequalities, income inequalities in policing, when you take that away, you're hurting the very communities that you say you want to help. Even with our DA in Los Angeles, George Gascon, who is all for zero cash bail, like light on criminals, basically, his whole thing is that he wants to, might help minority communities, racial disparity in the criminal justice system, just all of this. But when you look at the people that are really upset, when you look at the people that are really affected, and I don't just take my word for it, you can go on, there's a Facebook group that a lot of victims put together, or just search online, do it yourself, see the people that this is affecting, doing the exact opposite. It's basically Black and Hispanic people that are affected by this the most. So this ideology is dangerous and it's completely backwards. And again, I am all for everyone feeling protected and having security. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. This is the United States of America. You should be able to have your opinion without fear. You should be able to walk outside of your house, all of those things. How many kids? You saw Legend last summer who was shot while he was asleep in his bed by a stray bullet. Or how many kids have we seen in Chicago who are at birthday parties playing outside in their yard, which are getting hit by stray bullets? They deserve to have protection, and the cops are the ones that are protecting them. I've actually had private security before. You'll laugh at this, but for a while before the world changed, I was working on a conservative sketch comedy show in Los Angeles, and once in a while we would go do like man on the street type of stuff, and my co-star would wear a MAGA hat, the red MAGA hat. And every time we went outside in the MAGA hat, our production team would hire a security guard literally for the MAGA hat. But the funny thing is, the only time that I worked with the MAGA hat in public with the security guard was in Venice Beach. And nobody really cared in Venice Beach. I think one or two people maybe yelled something at us. But Venice Beach is just so bonkers. It doesn't matter how out there or crazy or offensive you are. There's someone just like 10 feet away that's way worse than you. But that was my only experience with private security, was for the MAGA hat. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. It's really important to call these people out. It seems like our politicians or our politics are getting just... It's all a show. It's all performative, because if you actually do the work, and I believe she's a representative in Missouri, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think St. Louis, yeah. And that area has a lot of crime right now, and I'm sure most of the people in that area would not want to defund their police. It's interesting, too, because I've seen so many videos. Ami Horowitz, I'm a really big fan of his. So many videos where people will go into sort of a wealthy area within a city and ask what their opinion on policing is and their opinion on defunding the police, and they'll all be for defunding the police in those wealthy areas. And then they go to sort of a lower income area and they say, how do you feel about defunding the police? And people are like, are you crazy? Are you out of your darn mind? Of course I don't want to defund the police. It would be like the wild, wild west out here. I'm starting to think, I wish we could. I wish we could implement some sort of, if you're going to be a Congress person representing a district, or if you're going to be a politician in charge of any sort of lawmaking and sort of, or even a city council member in charge of any of these types of decisions, I honestly feel like you should be required to at least go on a ride along with police, or at least see on the front lines of all of these things that you're making decisions for, because they are so out of touch. Cori Bush is so completely out of touch. Just sit there and say, yes, I can spend $200,000 on security because I'm special and I'm doing the good work, but you don't deserve to have that same protection. Wild. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you later. Bye.